Hi everyone, I just wanted to make a quick video. I'm not a reviewer, but man, I figure I need to make something because there's not really a lot of information on YouTube, at least lining these two jackets up. Actually, there's really not much information in general on these two jackets on YouTube, but I guess now there is. Anyways, what we're talking about today is the Gamma MX versus the Gamma LT, both made by Arc'teryx. And if you're like me, you're considering both of these jackets. For me, I'm replacing a winter jacket actually. I live in the Northeast, but I prefer to layer. And, I liked my old North Face, just like basically, I guess it was water resistant windbreaker type jacket that I got probably 10 years ago at this point, and I'm trying to replace it. But, jacket technology has changed a lot. Anyways, these two, I think, aesthetically are what I'm looking for, and that's pretty much my most major concern. That and durability. I mean, the last one lasted 10 years. Arc'teryx seems like a great company for durability. So that's kind of where I'm at. And then, then come my other use cases. I want warmth, but I don't want to sacrifice breathability, and I don't want to be sweating. I want it to be a layerable option. I do a fair amount of outdoors stuff, mostly hiking and backpacking, also some stuff kayaking, although I don't think this is really a great use case for that, but also climbing. So I'm really getting into climbing. So if I could use one of these, while I'm out climbing in the fall or the spring, I'd really like to do that. So now on to probably what you clicked on this video for. Anyways, some major differences I noticed up front is there are two different materials. I'm going to bring you in here. On the MX here, first of all, you can see the logo is different. It's printed on top of the material itself, while on the LT we have the logo and the name, and it's stitched in there. Small difference, but when I got these both in hand, even when I was comparing them on the websites, these are the things I didn't even notice. The soft shell on the MX is much more kind of what I imagined when you talk about like a soft shell jacket. It's soft, it's slightly stretchy, but extremely durable. So if you kind of have that image in your head of what the MX is going to feel like, or the LT, this jacket's going to feel like, I think the MX sort of like captures that. And I didn't expect that, honestly. I thought that the LT was going to be the exact same outer material, just with without the inner lining, which I'll open up here on the MX. You can see is the felt lining, and it goes everywhere, even inside the hood, down to the bottom, and even the pockets are lined. So speaking about two things I just mentioned, one being the hood. Both of the hoods are massive. They're the same hoods. They're huge. They're made to fit the climbing helmet, which again I like. And I think that they have enough points of adjustment that you're going to be able to cinch them down and make it work when you're not wearing a helmet, which is probably 99% of the time. The second thing would be the pockets. Now, the Gamma has way more pockets, and I think, for the LT, to make it an LT, they really had to, cut the weight where there's weight, and pockets are one thing. So, you go bare bones with the LT here, and I guess I didn't super expect that. Again, I think I was just thinking it was going to be a less warm version of the Gamma. So just to bring you in again here, again, soft, stretchy. We got the felt, or the fleece lining, and generally just like a thicker jacket, like really not gonna bunch it up, heavier. Then you come over here to LT, and the material here is, it's still stretchy, but it's not as thick. And inside, which is what I was really interested to see, because I couldn't get my hands on it on any local stores, even the flagship Arc'teryx store. But the inside is this, sort of like harder backside of the material. It's all just one material. You can see it sort of stretching here. And if you're just a gearhead, you love little accents like this. So this is something that the MX doesn't have that sort of color accent inside. And those are I don't like to admit it, but you know, sometimes these are selling points. But obviously, there's $100 price difference between the two. The LT's selling for about $250, while the MX is selling for $350. And regardless of whether you agree with those price points, I'd say that the difference is completely noticeable, and it's you know, it's worth the extra cash if that's gonna fit your needs. But again, I just wanted to make a couple points. One being, they're just really completely different jackets. Two, which I haven't touched on yet, is the fit. I ordered mediums. I'm small. I don't want this to be about me, but I'm kind of in between a lot of sizes for a lot of companies, and I think Arc'teryx's fit is pretty specific, and I really hope that the smalls are going to work for me, but there's a chance that they're not, you know. Everyone talks about the aesthetic of the Arc'teryx and how they like the fit and the how it sort of forms to you, but you know that doesn't always mean it's going to work for all body types. And if you're sort of shorter and skinnier like me, and you can't really fill out those athletic, you know, portions, and on these jackets specifically, I noticed that sort of here, you know, that North Face I mentioned was definitely a baggier jacket, and I liked that, but it was kind of baggy all around, and it sort of worked, whereas where it's baggy on these, it just kind of sticks out because of the form-fitting factors, like, you know, closer to the waist. So, you know, take that for what you will. I hope I touched on some things that ring true for you, and help you when you're searching for these. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to return both of these, and I'm going to probably go and order another a small LT. And the reason for that is mainly because of what I mentioned in the beginning. I want to be able to layer, and I don't see the MX like being a layerable option for me. Like, this is like a heavy winter jacket for me, and I know that comes down to preference. I mean, if you're out there wearing a Canada Goose every year, you know, in North Carolina, then this is not, you know, gonna fit that need for you. But for me in Boston, I like just having a pretty weatherproof shell. If it's gonna like rain on me, I'm gonna wear my hard shell. But otherwise, I just want something that's gonna keep the wind out, and that I look good in when I'm going to work every day. And that is going to be an all-around, you know, killer outdoors too. So if I'm going to spend the money, I think I'm going with this, and it's great, $100 cheaper. Anyways, trying to keep it short for you guys, but I'm not too good at that. Anyways, ask any questions you have below, and yeah, who knows, maybe I'll start doing a few more reviews. Take care.